original rank चाहिँ कति थियो भन्दा जो चाहिँ हाम्रो मेरो क्लासमा प्राइभेट
given that in normal terms it's just masters of business administration. To be very fair, you are
online after I was like सबसे costliest 2 years after I had to travel for next year. Hello everybody and स्वागत छ तपाईलाई on my very first episode of this channel है room number 18 podcast with A र तपाईले क्याप्सनबाट थाहा पाउनु भयो होला आजको हाम्रो टपिक के भयो इट्स रिगार्डिङ MBA र आज हामी कुरा गर्नेवाला छ कि राम्रो how to get into a good MBA institute है कसरी what the process procedure के छ कुन चाहिँ एक्जाम्सहरु हुन्छ त्यो एक्जाम्समा स्कोरिङ कस्तो and then after you get in an MBA सकेर what are the aspects options MBA सकेर के गर्न सक्छ तपाईले how to get into good corporate है salaries packages MBA institute को feesहरु देखिको लिएर all the details है आज हामी कुरा गरेर आजको मेरो गेस्ट हो मिस्टर रम्फट फोनिङ लेप्चा मेरो साथी हामी भेटेको ब्याक 2013 मा मेरो ब्याचमेट थियो ही वाज इन इंग्लिश अनर्स म चाहिँ यता इन्जिनियरिङ मा थिए है अनि विल नो मोर थ्रु दिस भिडियो
सबैलाई जय मसी बदिनु आँटेको थियो क्लासिक के अरे त्यो इन्ट्रोडक्सन एन्ड यस सबैलाई नमस्ते आदर्शले भनेको छ माई नेम इज रम्फट यस आई हेड स्टडिड विथ हिम ओन्ली इन जदवपुर है म चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिसमा ऊ चाहिँ मेकानिकलमा थियो 16मा मेटलर्जी माई ब्याड मेबी द नर्भ्स बट 16मा चाहिँ पास आउट भएको थियो इङ्ग्लिस अनर्स गरेर जदवपुरबाट एन्ड देन 2 years टेकन more of a break and also like trying to figure out future मा चाहिँ what to do भनेर think त्यसमा चाहिँ I think we will emphasize maybe all as we talk है न त्यसको बाद चाहिँ 18 मा चाहिँ इनिसियली CAT एक्जाम गरेर चाहिँ had joined IIM Kozhikode त्यहाँ चाहिँ had been there for around 3 weeks or so त्यसपछि thankfully shortlist भएर चाहिँ as you mentioned FMS पाएँ दिल्लीमा चाहिँ and then it was a much better option for me and so I left IIM Kozhikode and then I joined FMS in 18 to 20 चाहिँ 2 साल चाहिँ I did my MBA from Delhi itself त्यसमा चाहिँ me myself also I think we will talk about it more so internship पनि भएको थियो mainly in Gurgaon and then post 20 चाहिँ COVID batch pass out हामीले केही कन्भोकेसनहरु पाएन obviously because of everything that was happening but yeah and then post 20 COVID batch पनि भएर plus I had taken a holiday normally चाहिँ B school सम्म चाहिँ you end up getting placed no with quite good I would say companies and packages but then मैले चाहिँ त्यो placement holiday लगेर चाहिँ went back home helped my family and mom and all dad mainly dad with setting up his own consultancy business उनीहरु चाहिँ पहिला चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्ट एम्प्लोइ हुँदाखेरि प्लस 20 मा चाहिँ मेरो जब पास आउट भएको थियो उनीहरुको जस्ट रिटायरमेन्ट पनि भएको थियो so we also had to figure out what he wants to do भनेर so helped him a bit with his like setting up the business and all of that for him to at least have something else to do apart from his government service to keep himself engaged busy अब if you have been working for 30 years plus no घरमा बस्न सक्दैन नि त त्यही त्यसको बाद चाहिँ अन्त कोभिड हुँदाखेरि नै 21 तिर चाहिँ I started applying for a lot of companies got rejected by I think 80 to 90 of them and then but finally I think Deloitte happened त्यसको बाद चाहिँ 21 देखि चाहिँ September देखि चाहिँ been working with Deloitte India and I joined as a consultant and as you mentioned right now म चाहिँ senior consultant को रोलमा चाहिँ छु
and then त्यो भन्दा फर्स्ट चाहिँ थ्यांक यू आइदिएकोमा म मेरो साथी चाहिँ he came दिल्लीबाट to be here for today हैन podcast लागि so that we can share insights अब उसको जर्नी को how he ended up doing MBA गरेर how his life is अहिले कस्तो छ जिन्दगी कस्तो चल्दैछ कस्तो हुँदैछ के काम गर्दै रहेछ सबै कुरा to share all these things हामी त्यही कुरा गर्ने वाला छ अब हाम्रो चाहिँ for a layman त्यो छ कमन मान्छेको लागि चाहिँ अब हामीलाई डिस्क्राइब गर्नुहुन्छ MBA चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि
MBA चाहिँ in normal terms is just masters of business administration है to be very fair you are taught about जुन चाहिँ I would say not just the basics, but also like you are given an advanced idea, right? How to work in pressurized environments. Apart from that, you also gain knowledge on how a business is run, right? I mean, we see so many chains of businesses, right? Very common in our everyday to day life. अब तपाईँले जुन चाहिँ दुध किन्छ अमुल, or even like you want to go out for a good fried chicken, that's why you want to go for have say KFC, McDonald's, all of these are big corporations, right? How these are run, right? As an end game customer, we only see the goods, the finalized goods, the products, right? Be it, as I said, milk number, burger number K. But there's so much from the ideology, how it needs to be run, sectors, right? Geography, kaka setup hone, operations, right? Vendors, or top level to the bottom, everything you see that. And अहिलेको चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ why I feel, right? And when you did tell me out, I've never done podcasts in my life. I've never done podcasts, right? But then when you told me about the concept and all, it really अब त्यो चाहिँ मलाई एउटा intrigued me क्या आउनुपर्छ भन्नुपर्छ. Especially चाहिँ हाम्रो के छ भन्दाखेरि in our from the place where am I, and from the hills and all, and also the plains, right?
Community.
हाम्रो कम्युनिटीमा चाहिँ we have very limited in terms of what a youth or a युवा चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ. Very limited in terms. Case in point, I would say that I was like quite privileged, right? To be born in a family in Samache. Both my parents were in the government sector, employed government sector. But still, apart from, I would say, three things which are, I think, I don't know about now, but at least when I was growing up, doctor, engineer, or you get into your civil services. Private sector or businesses as a whole, they are not given much importance, right? About side eye, yeah. It's like it's there, but at the same time, people don't want to acknowledge it. Right? Value China. Like if somebody says I'm a doctor or I'm an engineer, the level at which you place them, no, respect is so high. But at the end of the day, I would say like whatever floats your boat, like gym and Porsa, at the end of the time you also get the enjoyment and you also have the fulfillment. At the end of the day, as humans, we also have to be responsible, right? You might end up getting married, or even your parents that you might have to take care of, right? For that you need a job, but at the same time you also enjoy your job that you end up doing. Like don't be forced. Even my parents like either civil services or they wanted me to be a doctor. तिम्रो साथीले साइन्स पढेको भए पो हुन्थ्यो डक्टर.
That's the only option.
That's the only options.
Stay violence.
And then
at this point, Joe Chasto, I think like Hamro, not just our community, there are so many people who dream to live your life. You got like degree, a bachelor's degree from a prestigious university, and then your MBA from FMS, and then now as a senior consultant in Deloitte. This your life, I think more than 40% months ago, they have dream life. They always dream to have this kind of like, job settled. I can say your job is settled one. This work life balance between so you are here. And then to happen and this and the test of work person. I've seen test of work person. So decent is living a life. Delhi ma sabi ko pui racha,
Yep.
And then capital ko volume test problem you don't have to worry about your only din ma ke khane ke laune. You don't have to worry. There is sabi ko pui racha. But this your dream life. So being there, we once just rules again. I expect that totally, but then all much if someone is working in a corporate or someone is there to say about private firm and completely, if someone wants to start a business or something, so this is culture, so no host for them.
But as you mentioned, it matters also people to people. Yeah. For some, yes, a government job may be a dream job, and that is something that they always strive for. And for them, they will get joy in that. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that there are other options also available. The only thing is, as a person, as a human, we have to be willing to explore those options. Acceptance one, we have to be willing to think that. So, and as I said, so I graduated in 16, right? And then you might be thinking, this guy did his MBA in 20, finished his MBA in 20, you know. So MBA is normally either only a 2 years course or 1 year. So you might be thinking, what did I do in 16 to 18? I also have struggling life, right? And I think this Matsai, where we, I think as a community, we still need improvement is very much in terms of awareness, like
Awareness for like career.
career-wise perspective. Yeah, because how we grew up, also it was mostly because my parents was like they were working to make sure that there's food on our table, there's a roof over the head, right? But to sit back, think about what career key on seconds, but it's because they were brought up in that thing. They had a harsh life, so they had to figure their way out. So they also expect us to also same way. Right? Like also thankfully because of I would say ever increasing access via internet, right? We get to see a lot more of these options. I think India is also accepting Shark Tank as thing as growing in popularity. So people are understanding that like as career you can also go to the private side of things, and there's a good way that you can grow in those aspects. The only thing I would say is like where the difference and the willingness for you to want to explore those, right, is when you leave areas. When you go into the unknown, it's always scary.
It's scary because you don't know.
You don't know. It's the unknown, right? But the more you try to figure it out, the more you think, I'm really sharp way of you stay present with the times. And you also learn to grow. Exploration. So, yeah, because obviously like when you come from where we are, right? And then we come in and we think we made it big by coming to say Calcutta to study in a prestigious university institution, whatever. Then you meet the people out there, right? एक से वाकर एक से brilliant.
Stay more like मेरो experience first day क्लासमा होइन भर्खर फर्स्ट फर्स्ट डे हाम्रो चाहिँ अब इन्जिनियरिङ आउँछ नि त्यहाँदेखि कलेज इन्ट्रोडक्सन हुन्छ नि त कलेजमा सिनियरहरू आउँछ introduce yourself just one letter man understand how then introduction कस्तो हुन्छ म नाम where I'm from the school the your वेबसी ऱ्याङ्क चाहिँ कति हो त्यो मेरो नाम आदर्श लामा म लोजबाट and then मेरो स्कुल यस्तो मसँग जोइन गरेको हो अन्त मेरो ऱ्याङ्क चाहिँ एसटी चाहिँ मेरो 145 थियो ऱ्याङ्क अन्त एसटी ऱ्याङ्क चाहिँ 145 हो जेनरल ऱ्याङ्क चाहिँ 36,506 त्यो चाहिँ मेरो जेनरल 36,506 अब सेम क्लास अब जेनरल ऱ्याङ्क चाहिँ कति थियो भन्दा जो चाहिँ अब मेरो क्लासमा टपर थियो
Given that is Jadapur must be between 100 to 200 at max.
त्यो चाहिँ अब 200 100 चाहिँ it will be like more of core CSCहरू चाहिँ 100 अब मेरो चाहिँ मेटलर्जी भएर अलिकति हामी चाहिँ त्यस्तो कोरमा हुँदैन मेरोमा चाहिँ 900 सी वाज द वान अनन्या मिश्रा भन्ने एक्चुअली हुने 900 थियो उसको चाहिँ ऱ्याङ्क सो आई हेभ टु कम्पिट बिट्विन अब त्यो 900 मैले 36,506 अब त्यहीँ थाहा पाएको म त्यो लेभलमै छुइनँ 900 छ म एटलिस्ट 1,500 5,000 सम्म आएको भयो भने अघि कुरा 36,000 and then त्यो त्यहीँ नै थाहा पाइहाल्छ कि where you are
where you stand
where you stand अब अहिलेको जिन्दगीमा दुनियाँमा तिमी स्कुलमा हामी स्कुलमा अलिक भए पनि हाम्रो ब्याचमा हाम्रो ग्रुपमा अब हाम्रै केटाहरू छ नि त मेरो साथीहरू टपर्स अब अलिक भए पनि प्राउड हुँदैन हामीलाई हामी हो पढ्नेदेखि चाहिँ यहाँ भनेको फर्स्ट डेमा तिम्रो अब कन्फिडेन्स निकाल्ने डल्लै त्यतिखेर थाहा पाउँछ कि है तिम्रो कम्पिटिसन चाहिँ you are competing against yourself. You just try to make best of yourself.
Yeah.
Class
yeah.
Because they have been preparing for this web series.
Yeah.
Because they are already aware कि engineering गर्छु भने अब हामी त्यस्तो छैन यो एक्जाम क्लासमा पढ्दा यो एकदम फर्म आयो मेरो साथीले यस्तो फर्म आएको छ ल भर्दै भाइ मेरो वेब चाहिँ फर्मै साथी भन्यो त्यसलाई भर्दै मेरो पनि भर्दै त्यसले भर्दा चाहिँ मैले एक्जाम दिएछ नि त जेमा आएको नि त्यसो लाइक मेरो यो पडकास्ट स्टार्ट गर्ने द मेन रिजन बिहाइन्ड पनि त्यही टु मेक आवर पिपल हाम्रो कम्युनिटी मान्छे चाहिँ अवेर गरौँ कि के अब हाम्रोमा अप्सन्सहरू हुनसक्छ in life, in career, as in life and in career चाहिँ
Yeah.
there are so many other options you can do. Like हामी अब इन्जिनियरिङ गर्दैछ, डक्टर, लयर पनि हुन्छ आजकल, तर अरू पनि छ, there are so many other things. त्यो चाहिँ अब एउटा गाइडेन्स जस्तो कि आज जस्तो लाइक हामीहरू जे चाहिँ कुरा गर्ने छ एमबिए चाहिँ लाइक इफ यु वान्ट टु डु एन एमबिए त्यो चाहिँ के गर्नुपर्ने, what are the process, and then as in अब हाम्रो कमेन्ट बेसिस एसटी नै हुन्छ, एज एन एसटी what are the minimum percentile, कति हुनुपर्छ टु गेट इन्टु लाइक गुड अब टप लेभल बिजनेस स्कुल, अब त्योहरू. अन्त यो इन केस एमबिए गरिसकेर वाट आर द थिङ्स, किनकि मात्र एमबिए गर्छु भन्छ, अब एमबिए गरिसकेर के हुनसक्छ, वाट आर डिफ्रेन्ट फिल्ड अब कम्पनीमा अर इन पिएसयुज एनी वे एमबिए गरेर वाट आर द थिङ्स यु क्यान बी, त्यो खालको चाहिँ विल डिस्कस भनेर क्या. भनेपछि चाहिँ अब हामीले चाहिँ अब इन एमबिएमा चाहिँ अब बिजनेस अब कसरी रन हुन्छ, अब आई थिङ्क if you really to open your own something happening or something, कसरी start गर्ने,
You develop the acumen for it and the
basics. अब किनकि running business is like अब तिमीलाई if you want to really succeed then I think एक-एकवटा सामान एक-एकवटा कुराको चाहिँ you have to be accountability भन्ने पनि सबै कुराको एक-एकवटा सामान कुरा राखेर चाहिँ अब त्यो हुन्छ. हामीलाई त थाहा छैन एमबिए गरेछ तर पनि अब आई थिङ्क प्रपर बिजनेस रन गर्दा so many things चाहिँ मजाले याद गरेर it has to stick to that like basic principle to make it successful. त्यो चाहिँ अब सिकाउँछ लाइक थियोरी वाइज गरेर हामीले प्रेजेन्टेट गर्दा त्यो मोस्ट प्रब्लली त्यसो सिक्छ त्यही भनेर एज फर अ कमन म्यान त्यसो हाल्छ.
Exactly.
अन्त एमबिए अब हाम्रो मान्छेलाई पिपल आवर कम्युनिटी त्यो चाहिँ हाउ मच यु सी कति चाहिँ हाम्रो कम्युनिटीको मान्छे एमबिए गर्छ.
Okay, that I would say is very rare, right? Why? Because it's the number one awareness thing.
मेन चाहिँ त्यो मेरो यो पडकास्ट मेन अब the reason I started this podcast is the first and the most primary thing is to create awareness or different thing. Because we have told us how to you were here, we discussed about all the aspects, MBA, if you want to do an MBA, then once you're gone, the next guest is, I don't know, but that's his advisor. He is now in the final year of his MBBS. I know, Dr. Bordesa. He was like rank 1 ST, NEET myself.
Okay.
जो चाहिँ अब हाम्रो वेब बिजनेस हो त्यो चाहिँ वेब बिजनेसको निड हुन्छ होइन, उसलाई भनेर चाहिँ विल डिस्कस अन हाउ ही प्रिपेयर फर निट एन्ड देन एनी कोचिङ इन्स्टिट्युट ही वेन्ट टु अर लाइक किनकि हाम्रो चाहिँ एसपिरेसन निकै छ नि त, निकै छ डक्टर हुन्छु भनेर हुन्छ तर अब हुन्छु भन्छ डक्टर तर अब दे डोन्ट नो हाउ के हो कसरी प्रोसेस चाहिँ थाहा छैन. त्यसो चाहिँ अब विल गेट हिम विल टक कस्तो गर्नु त्यसो.
As I mentioned, right? And as you touched upon the topic also, awareness is I know. So I would say very few people. In fact, when I was in Kodikot, we were the thing of that, but like I met people from all over. Yeah, but I think Northeast there were a few. I never bumped into
Nepali speaking.
Yeah. In FMS it was a different story. In FMS, I think I made a society basically. Nepali, Nepsok भनेर चाहिँ बनाएको थिएँ.
Okay.
But out there,
FMS you have Nepali, like
yes,
seniors, junior, both.
Seniors no. I mean in my batch, yes.
Juniors.
Yes. Juniors are only थिएन.
तिम्रो ब्याचमै
हाम्रो ब्याचमा चाहिँ थियो. And that Nepali speaking मा चाहिँ तर I did a Nepali speaking slash, the name was Nepsok, it was Nepali speaking slash Northeastern slash I would say foreigners also in that same group. So we were
like apart from mainland Manche, mainland India.
Yeah.
त्यो चाहिँ purpose चाहिँ के?
Purpose was basically mainly on hangout. MBA course, it's the course is quite grueling. So and especially prior to हामीले जे भन्छ एउटा एउटा इन्टर्नसिपको लागि हुन्छ नि जब and then when you first join, because the thing is, while you learn the basic, not the basic, sorry, you learn the theory in the campus, you also have to apply it practically, right? And when the companies come to recruit you in their final year, they would want you to at least have some level of work experience when we internship, so that they can understand how well you have performed
Always.
in those things.
They don't take amateurs to level because once in MBA,
Yeah.
they pay you. So sorry, they expect you to work the same.
So I think our main thing was to go get good food in Delhi. And that's why
We hunt food hunting one basically.
Exactly. That was the purpose.
Because Nepal, the one you said were from an African country, they didn't know much about it.
Yeah.
Much about 4 months around, and then like people from mainland India, like Delhi ko khana cuisine to khachi. So, but then you guys are new and then trying to figure out kasi hamro paउँछ.
Yeah.
Just yeah. Okay. अन्त लाइक त्यो हाम्रो कम्युनिटीमा त्यो भनेपछि अवेरनेस छैन एन्ड देन तर तर पनि दिस समहाउ एक दुईजना कताबाट अब जस्तो कि हामीले पनि एक दुईजना कहाँबाट देख्छ एन्ड देन वी एस्पायर टु बी द्याट वाट लाइक फर यु how did you get this like MBA thing and then what motivated you to like any person or someone like your mentor or coach किनकि just like awareness छैन तर पनि त you know from somewhere नि त तैँले कहाँबाट
So मेरो लागि चाहिँ I think my aspirations to be an MBA was mainly, it was driven by both my brothers. So मेरो आफ्नै एउटा दाजु छ उनीहरू चाहिँ 5 years difference हो उनीहरूले चाहिँ आफ्नो bachelor's did engineering from Shivpur mechanical and then after that उनीहरूले पनि MBA SMS बाटै गरेको.
Okay.
So from there I knew about SMS. But then while I was doing my bachelor's out here in Jaipur itself, मेरो also एउटा cousin दादा केन दादा भन्ने he was HR director for a very huge firm, and I think more on based on I would say a lot of things about him that really attracted me. Lifestyle, yes. I won't deny. Personality for me was solid. हाम्रो चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ at least from where I am, when elders speak, you just stay quiet and then just listen. While I understand, yes, we need to respect our elders. I'm not saying that, but we also need to learn to have a conversation. Right? It's very hard because the thing is, and as we are also growing older, we also have to understand that हामी भन्दा जो young generation, they have been more advanced in all fields. हामी just as you were mentioning, right? हाम्रो फिल्डमा जब हामी class 10, 11 मा थियो, it was what's your concept? You just want to enjoy, play football and relax, खाना खायो टाइममा सुत्यो फेरि उठ्यो नेक्स्ट डे केटाहरूसँग घुम्यो बदमासी गर्यो त्यति नै. अहिलेको जेनेरेसनलाई सोध्नुहोस् त तपाईँले, they will come up with so many answers. This, I'm learning this.
Because they have access to internet and they can see
exactly
what you see.
Exactly.
Because I as a kid, I never dreamt of being a pilot or a lawyer. There was no one who was a pilot. There was no one who was a lawyer.
Yeah.
There's no one. Why? Because you saw your brother MBA. Maybe if your brother was not an MBA, okay, maybe you would have like aspired to be that.
Exactly.
If you only can become what you can see in the day. And the day one, there any idea of them was okay. I was just thinking your brother, they played like huge role in this. On the day, I was doing my first was in the Tilo Purasana, so like that's the thing. Where podcast was still on the and maybe our podcast was I was doing my exercise. Even if I can like motivate at least 10 आज दिनमा आएर नाटकको पडकास्ट सुनेर मलाई यस्तो मन पर्यो यस्तो इच्छा लाग्यो. That's like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
That's the change I want to make. त्यो चाहिँ मलाई गर्नु.
Yeah.
That's it. त्यसरी हो. अन्त जसलाई मेरो मेन्टरहरू छ त्यस्तो भयो. अब MBAमा प्लस अब टचिङ र अपर MBAमा what are the things we study? Actually, MBA is also
So you get to specialize in a lot of things. Meaning Amrandis FMS Malse, we were provided with I think 5 core ones, if I can remember it properly. One would be marketing and sales, which is counted as one. Then you have HR, operations, finance, and then I'm missing out on the fifth one.
last one.
Last one. But I think among these four, they were the main goals. And as I mentioned, I did mine in majors in HR and marketing. Yeah. So this might say
These are the things where we that was core in as a treasury.
yes. And unlike a lot of these things, मेरो पनि जुन चाहिँ एउटा CV भनौँ न, अब my growth trajectory is all in here. Class 10 सम्म चाहिँ अब साइन्स पढेको, 11 to 12 I did commerce with maths, bachelor's I did humanities English honors, and then MBA I did HR and marketing. However, the job I'm doing is as a consultant and in a field known as GPS Global Business Service, which is totally different than what all I have studied and all that. Yeah. But what MBA prepares you, others in that sense, is it allows you to get that knack of adaptability. हाम्रो चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अघि डिस्कस गर्दै गर्दाखेरि you said no that त्यो learning new things, transition, that is needed. But then the two big differences in the terms adaptability or adjustability. हाम्रोमा चाहिँ प्राय what I have seen is we are taught to adjust, right? But adjusting means for others you take the L and then you accept whatever is happening. Adaptability is knowing when you are supposed to subdue, that the other person have his or her way, and knowing when to stand up for yourself and adapting to stay in those circumstances.
There are things, it's compromise also, and there are certain things to stand up. This is
I think the culture and the thing, I mean, practically you are taught how to adapt to situations. And I think that's the reason why, even though I have no idea what I was getting into in terms of the job that I was entering, I knew, like, because we are also taught is when you go for
basically
have an understanding of what you're applying for. Obviously, when you get into the role, you are taught also, and then you learn also as you continue the job, right? And in MBA, how fast you can adapt. Yeah, त्यो skill set भन्नु.
अब MBA मा त्यो सिकाउँछ, and life company I think that helps about like a lot. If we can learn, like we can learn that about MBA गर्नुपर्छ, त्यो सिक्न MBA गर्नुपर्छ भनेर छैन. About MBA हामीले if we can learn how to adapt very fast any given environment.
Yeah.
So like I think that will help you settle quite easily.
Yeah. But then there is something I've seen, and I think skipping Nagar, I think one of your questions was how many people have met, right?
Oh yeah.
From our community.
Our community.
Very few and far, but whomever I've seen, corporate world and they are doing really well.
I really think.
And that's it. This is the reason why, as you also were saying, right, you want to build awareness, you want to make people know that, yes, while there are your standard set of jobs, such as government, doctor, engineer, there are much more also, like you mentioned, lawyer, and so many other aspects, right? And that's it. What I have seen about our community, it's एउटा चिज चाहिँ के हाम्रो कम्युनिटीको लागि चाहिँ राम्रो चिज छ, एउटा चाहिँ रेजिलियन्स छ, अर्को चाहिँ I have seen, as I was mentioning a bit earlier, adaptability. हाम्रो कम्युनिटीको मान्छे चाहिँ we may not be book smart, but we have that street smartness and we have the skill set to find a way on how things are to be done.
Jugaad.
You can say Indian word jugaad, right? But I've seen that.
Means because I see how people who really wants to do something, they work really hard.
They work really hard.
They're really hardworking.
There is, I think, one of the biggest words. There is no substitute for hard work. Maybe skill.
Hard work beats talent.
Exactly.
Actually, like people, I'm not going to teach you if they really want to be something or do something, they don't give up very easily.
Yeah,
hard works are there. I don't know. They always give.
That's why I feel like, if most people come marketing in the corporate sector, it will really drive That's it, the livelihood and economy of, because obviously the money also gets sent back to the families. So while that also happens, at the same time, I know that they will do good because like whomever little I've seen, they have been doing really well.
Mainly business or any business, mainly business, mother we say. It's how about you present.
Yeah.
And then how people are born and taught how to present about very small. Like, यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ है, how to be presentable. So त्यो शिक्षा त पहिलेदेखि नै. So you don't need to teach them much about that. So they always find it, they have this idea or सानो त्यो पनि हुन्छ कि question चाहिँ what looks good on what, त्यो खालको त्यो पहिलेदेखि नै idea माइन्डमा भइरहेको छ. So I think that हाम्रो मान्छेहरू, हाम्रो कम्युनिटी मान्छेहरू, if they really want, if they really know how and how, if they really want and if they really know that these things are there, see, joining this and then trying their career options, I think many of them will excel in so many fields.
Exactly.
त्यो चाहिँ छ मलाई त्यही लाग्छ. अन्त त्यो त्यही हाम्रो दुःख पनि लाग्छ होइन, अब यस्तो यस्तो छ कतिवटा अपर्च्युनिटीहरू छ, जस्ट बिकज पिपल नट अवेयर, मान्छेलाई थाहा छैन भनेर चाहिँ अन्त उनीहरूले पोटेन्सियल भएको मान्छेहरूले पनि अब देख्न.
Yeah, exactly. And it's at least with the development of internet, because our time it was I would say just growing, right? In fact, actually it was there, but the communities and where we grew up, it was not that was evident, right?
Speed, and then we had very little fun. Pocket money on the, then to recharge that, the internet was costly back then. Very costly. And after I still remember the broadband is a social media. You get like broadband on very cheap prices. You can not afford to like 5 devices at a time. This finally you have so much like more of like options, packages. अब हाम्रो टाइममा महँगो पनि थियो, प्लस अब क्यापिटल पनि त्यस्तो थिएन. तर अहिले दिनमा प्लस वी डिडन्ट ह्याभ कन्टेन्ट अल्सो, कन्टेन्ट पनि थिएन ब्रो. अहिले you get like
everything under the sun.
युट्युबमा you see this video, how to drink water भन्ने. There is this video, how to drink water. That guy पनि पाउँछ होइन, जगमा पानी त्यसै खाइदिन्छ. त्यसमा चाहिँ they gave like more than 30 million views.
Oh, come on, those are trolling.
I'm saying त्यो भन्नु, you can find like each and everything if you know where to learn. And if you really want to like learn, and if you really want to like do something, YouTube, and there are so many things that are free, you don't have to pay. They are paid courses, but if you really want to learn something, like I didn't put internet, so you see everything you can learn. You cannot blame अब होइन मेरोमा यो थिएन र म यस्तो हुन सकिनँ, मेरोमा त्यो थिएन त्यो हुन्छ हुँदैन. If you really have the zeal, अब त like गर्नै छ, मलाई यस्तो हुनै छ, you find a way anyhow.
Exactly.
And if you really want to do that, things get come, you can dots get connected, and then after if you really are into that, your field months are only the bond nature, then सक्छ मान्छेले गर्छ, त्यो चाहिँ छ. त्यो चाहिँ जहाँसम्म अहिले लाग्छ with this internet accessibility to child, because everyone has a smartphone. So like let us talk about like one of the most important people who मान्छेले चाहिँ exercise the most, that's like money. Money, पैसा चाहिँ पैसा चाहिँ like अब MBA मा I think MBA, doing an MBA from like ABC or any IMs which are like top tiers, I think for a normal layman without a proper loan, I think it's not possible.
Yep.
I just checked last time. From IM Calcutta, which is like the सबसे like costliest, about 2 years I've done got drawn 5 lakhs for 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
And then followed I think IMB with 23.5 or something, then IMA with 20, same 23, and from 20 to like 20, they don't have difference of 8 lakh in 1 point. With IM board, and then there are so many IMs, but then all those they had like minimum say 16 ki 18 to max. So they go to like 24 to IM Calcutta, 25 to IM Calcutta. So for a layman, I mean, what do you think? Is it worth it?
So it also typical consultant way of answering questions. Right? Anytime you'll see me working, this is the way I start my answer. It depends. I'll tell you why. तपाईँले एउटा tier 1 गएर college पढ्छ. If you end up doing an MBA, by tier 1 I mean to say your IM ABCs, your ISBs also come into it, and then FMS, and I think now maybe MDI also for HRs and all. There is XLRIs and all of these tests and also. I think but then if I do for ABCs, ISBs, in IMs, I think till Lucknow and Indo and Codicode. All of these, as you mentioned, I think in my time for Codicode was around 18 lakhs. And then ABC, I think, would be right now around 25, 26. 25, or maybe more. And these are tuition fees, by the way. So your hostel fees.
That's not included.
That's not included.
So there's it will cross almost with the course almost 28 30 lakhs.
And then you put interest on top of that. Easier to find. So yes, for an aspirant who is willing to go to these big ones and has the talent and harder to get into it, it is not going to be cheap. It is expensive, right? Because from the communities that we are in, around 40, 50 and all, could be a whole life saving, like
obviously you get retirement
life saving and all of
that
the things, right? So that's quite a lot of money to put into that. However, I would say do not let it deter you if you have the talent and if you have the hard work and zeal, and if you can take in responsibilities, don't let the package, or not the package, but basically the cost deter you from taking this up. I've seen people who have undertaken these loans and all that, and it takes around 3 to 4 years if you are paying a high amount, substantial amount, but you can pay it off. And trust me, 3 to 4 years to just zoom past. Right? On top of that, you get in your promotions and all of that, you'll easily be able to. And after that, think about this. You struggle for 3, 4 years paying off that loan. Post the 4th, 5th year, A, you're without loan, but B, you'd have a way higher package. Correct? So for me, I see the benefits.
More than my mind. Is it like really worth it?
I feel it is.
But because it is worth it, people are doing it. People are crazy. Those guys and always MBA from all this ABC, they always want to get it because they know as you did my 80 till this one. They are gonna get like more multiple to cut the times. They know I have this मलाई गर्नु छ र म गर्छु भनेर I have जिल्लाले पनि थाहा हुन्छ कि म सक्छु भनेर त्यहाँ चाहिँ ल they do the procedure, गरेर they start playing it.
And it's very easy for you also to get loans for B schools, like these top B schools, because the banks also know that your match never pass out once.
He's gonna pay this, and then whatever he's gonna get is
obviously gonna be high, and he can pay off the loan to us, right? Also, apart from that, if you still are very skeptical, because Solis also 20 lakhs, it's not a matter of joke. Let's be very honest. Without interest, without hostels, as I mentioned, it's not a matter of joke. If you still find that these are very hard, there are niche B schools out there also who do it at a fraction of the cost.
Name.
FMS, from where I did, at this. For me also, I think that another big factor why I left IM Codicode, apart from the brand name and the placements and all, was also because FMS gives it at, I think, 1/10 of the price much you can complete your education.
That's check. FMS was I think 2 lakhs for the whole term. I think.
Term, yes. So as compared to 20 lakhs, right? When I would have to take 18 lakhs for loan, FMS was offering me the education per year 10,000 rupees.
Yearly
was the education fees. We had to pay an extra 40,000 for all because we had to invite companies to the campus. We had to, give them goodies and all of that. Operations quality basically cost with you. So we had to pay an extra 40,000. So effective 50,000. You do it 2 years, that's 1 lakh education, right? As you mentioned, the Boyara is 2 lakhs. So it's like if you compare 2 lakhs to 20, that's like 1/10.
Obviously.
Right? And then obviously if you're staying and all that, because once you stay so in IMS you get your own hostels and all that. But SMS one they don't have their own hostels, so you have to stay outside and all. And then all of the students they stay with each other. Sharing.
You have to spend time
Yeah.
with each other during the group.
So at the end of the day, it's like around 5 lakhs or so.
Only. It's way more cheaper. 5 lakh, कहाँ छ 22-25 lakh का.
Yeah.
Like just like you said, FMS, any other like which you know.
And I think there's this and all also. This is mainly but for those who want to do their specialization in HR. It's one of the best. I would say. Obviously, the more expensive one is XLRI for HR, right? But this and all are also there. And then I think there is one in Mumbai also. I'm not recalling the name.
I think Pune like.
Yeah. There are others also, Symbiosis and all of them. Then they are mostly considered as T2 watches as compared to the T1s. But yeah, you still get to do it. But I would say MBA as a degree, please get it from a reputed one. Okay? Go through the CAT process, get it done, and get
They will get valid
according exactly. And then as per placement, as you're mentioning, like a new IMSM, I say yes, because very few companies go out there also. You like your salaries and placements and all are not that high. T2s, I would say if you are the cream, right? Maybe around you get some packages close to yearly would be 20 to 30 range for each also. T2 puts it 20 to 30, I would say. And T1 and all, I think during our time, the highest package a guy was getting paid was I think around 55 lakhs per year. So that was the highest package we got. I obviously did not sit for my placements. Average in colleges like FMS was at my time contrary to what the media says, because media wants to get the so that you get more students out there. But I think in ours it was around I would say 15 to 20 which much at least average say. So at least package same.
Yeah, like you can expect
Yeah.
MBA graduate from FMS.
Yeah.
Or
Obviously, it also has to depend upon your skill.
Yeah,
You can't come back. That's why I didn't get the package that you wanted.
त्यो एउटा highest हुन्छ lowest हुन्छ त्यो अब once you are in the class there is always going to be a topper सबसे बेसी ल्याउने हुन्छ सबसे कम्ती ल्याउने न बिकज कम्ती ल्याउने भन्दैमै तिमी नराम्रो पनि होइन बिकज त्यहाँ जो पनि जान्छ they are all like best from their schools they're from their region त्यस्तो मान्छेहरू मात्रै पुग्छ त्यहाँ so being among the best not because you're not the top त्यो खालको तर you can त्यो चाहिँ अब एउटा मान्छेको एक्सपेक्टेसन कि once I go into this level of B school you can expect if you are hardworking and then you are doing things right way then you can expect this just one
अन्त हाम्रो चाहिँ प्लस चाहिँ के भन्छ कि the few students who are on the upper earning or who join the higher companies they actually pull the
average
a lot.
But according to you, like past 2 years, what was the highest paid?
As I mentioned, 55.
55 was the highest.
Yep.
And any idea of any or top I maybe so what you want so
I think around those range only. Because normally the ones who get paid the highest, they are normally offered job overseas actually. So you also have to excuse me, sorry. You also have to take into the consideration that let's say they are getting paid in dollars. Right? Then they got a trade. तपाईँहरूको चाहिँ कलेजेस एउटा कमिटी हुन्छ सरी कमिटी हुन्छ त्यो कमिटी चाहिँ नोन एज प्लेसमेन्ट कमिटी बेसिकली उनीहरूको चाहिँ जब चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि दे सेन्ड द सिभिज आउट टु डिफ्रेन्ट कम्पनीज एन्ड देन दे नेगोसिएट द स्यालेरी एन्ड देन बेसिकली कम्पनीज विल compare understanding okay यतिको स्यालेरीमा चाहिँ we'll take students from your campus and that's how normally it's negotiated. If you do off campus that's all upon yourself.
But how much you can
how much you feel your value is and how much you can negotiate accordingly that's up to you. On campus normally there is a placement material so and that does not change.
Like यतिमा campus what are the like companies that one international companies
Yes, we have a lot of big conglomerates. I would say the big. So it depends also again. Sorry again if it. A lot of my questions are coming when they give again as a consultancy company. तपाईँको consulting firms and all such as we call them as the big threes. So being McKinsey's and your BCG. तिनीहरू आएको थियो and then AD गर्ने and all, and then we had the big fours, which is I think among them only I think two of them came, which is Deloitte and EY. The other two is EY and PwC. So Deloitte आएको थियो हाम्रो टाइम I think EY र KPMG चाहिँ आएको थियो. I don't think Deloitte. Yeah. So यिनीहरू आएको थियो and then तपाईँको marketing salesहरूको लागि चाहिँ you get big companies such as Nestle, you get companies such as Dabur, which come to think then यो डेरी मिल्कको त कम्पनीको नाम त के पो क्याडबरीको
Cadbury हो?
नो 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 क्याडबरी
Cadbury just
brands
Cadbury.
brands not getting the name early but then I keep following that was me Tesorosa and then you have HUL and all also you have RB and all RB is
HUL भनेर understanding.
Hindustan Unilever and all then you have RB basically a company which makes तपाईँको Harpic you know
Okay.
and Strepsils and all of that त्यो company HUL को चाहिँ तपाईँको Davaबाट हुन्छ त्यो बनाउने. So a lot of these ones in marketing and sales and all. So and then you also get for what do you call it, investment banking roles and all. Also finance vertical exactly. So in all of these you do get. And you also get from big banks also, Goldman Sachs or money. So normally you
Management roles and roles.
a lot of them are management roles, yes, I would say, but then a few of them are also like roles to do with operations, roles to do with consulting, roles to do with sales. HR said I think that was also the reason why I did not take,
go to
yes, because we mostly had marketing, the sales for like placements and all.
I recently read or saw a video somewhere one of the guy from IMC now we got a 1 CR package for the cab. Coca-Cola. So he got that. Just like a miracle we can expect.
Yes.
Like if someone is really like outstanding, like they take students not from like I student that people like company comes, they take shortlist student from particular institute, they have to mention. They take shortlist student from all the different MBAs. त्यहाँबाट top 10 लाएर त्यो top 10 बाट चाहिँ एकजना छान्छ अरे who gets like this good package of 1 CR. त्यही भनेर चाहिँ त्यसले भन्दै थियो जो न्युजमा आएको थियो त्यसो खालको. So as a person who wants to pursue an MBA, just maybe like त्यसले के एक्सपेक्ट गर्छ भने चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ स्टार्टिङ हो you can say, but I think in like if you into a good corporate your salary gets revised every year possible आफ्नो your policy हुन्छ
normally annually हुन्छ, yes, mid-year पनि हुन्छ but very rare. I mean if you are like super exceptional with your job and work, right, but then normally annually you get to see, yes.
And with again more experience, with again more you can always choose to expect the growth in other fields. If your company is not paying you well, if you not have gained enough experience and then the amount I'm getting paid is not what my work is giving them. When earlier time somebody can pay me much more better. But you can always choose to go back somewhere.
I think one of the aspects we also be shy as a community to talk about is also not shy, but not reserved. Yeah, reserved. We don't talk about, we don't share these monetary aspects. But I feel sharing monetary aspects, financial things, is very important also because it sheds a light on what you want to do in the future, how you set yourself up, and so on and so forth.
What lifestyle you want, it's obviously coming with that.
Exactly. And to be very honest, as I mentioned, right, I did say yes, lifestyle. So obviously, what promotes, what supports a lifestyle is also how much you earn. Right? I think that is something that I always craved for. I just wanted to gain, and because both my parents were in the government sector, they were earning really well, like as a government employee. The only aspect or what made a like say I did not feel that was right is if you are honest government employee and you're putting in an effort, barring recognition. Rewards, you do not get monetary benefit for that. If you're honest, right? If you, obviously the almost scale, if you're dishonest, you're willing to take money, I would say I cannot comment on that. Right? And that's मेरो हिसाबले चाहिँ अब उनीहरूले अब जति खट्ने गरेको मैले देख्दैछु होइन त्यो हिसाबमा चाहिँ अब
same lecture if your mom or dad, if they had worked the same amount in any like private sector, they would have got paid like almost 3 or 4 times more.
Yeah.
Than they get.
Yeah, easily. easily. Like my mom was when I was a policeman, yeah, and then she used to go at night time also, right? You know,
There might emergency.
and all of that. Right. I mean, at age like 58, 59, when normally I got retired, right? She used to go in the, on the police station and then
Case,
do the
yeah.
case and all. So I just felt, and then police as a job is very hectic to your body and your mind. So, right? So you have to be ready.
We cannot give time to your family. Family like time भनेको जस्तै like for us or our Eid दसैँ वर्ष वर्ष त्यसो दसैँ at that same time दुर्गा पूजामा you're not allowed to have holidays.
Exactly.
When people want to really enjoy the family get together, so you cannot take holidays at that same time because people are gonna go everywhere. So in the 2 days, they are only to go on again. Just want to take very sorry for all the brothers, working, so many people are working on this. आफ्नो साथीहरू चाहिँ घरमा बसेर दसैँ मासु खानु गएको यता चाहिँ छैन होइन पुलिस साइलो that thing is very very so it's very एकदम नराम्रो मान्छ तर अब you are what you are at the end of the day or you chose to be this and you are helping society like to keep it new that's the prime of India big role so to aspect you have a huge
That's-
responsibility being there.
That's, as I mentioned again, no disrespect, right? Where you are, and if you're enjoying it, well and good. It's just maybe your aspirations or you create different thing and seeing development apart from a family, people thinking. And then that's the reason I also I did not want to push you, I would say, in that aspect.
Like after not minutes, just like well, I have come to this age, where I get asked, why not you try doing a business or any kind of government jobs? Because I'm mentioning that, obviously, you're good in maths, then since I studied ACSE, so English will not really be structure. So English and maths are the basic thing. Then also the competitive exam. And then GK the rotten. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
GK the rotten more and then or do the basic general knowledge, so science, chemistry, physics, something, right? So I see that these days, people from our background to engineering, they tend to crack government service exam more easily than any other people from any other background.
Yeah.
Also this, but then I am it's just another. So I just want to do something of my own, create something just like podcast. I want to do something for my society. And then I've been trying many other ventures. There's आफ्नो background and the business aspect गर्ने भने चाहिँ त्यो छ अब मेरो पनि त्यसरी नै अब जस्ट लाइक अब म I just don't judge people अब like the moment the people I've seen म तपाईँलाई भन्छु I was into हाम्रो कलकत्तामा एउटा बर्थडे थियो पार्टी होइन पार्टीमा अब साथीहरू सबै मिलेर गर्दाखेरि थियो त्यहाँनिर केटा केटी केटी दे वाज अराउन्ड लाइक 12जना होला लाइक कम्बाइन्ड केटा र केटी म मात्रै एक्लै थियो so in that room जो चाहिँ was not an aspirant out of that like 10जना राइस जान्थ्यो होला स्यालदामा राइस जान्थ्यो पछि 2-3जना घरबाट आफै प्रिपेयर गर्थ्यो for the same thing.
Yeah.
This was then right now Kolkata, if you see if somebody is studying college if he or she is not studying college and here in Kolkata there's a rice nothing else there's a rice keep the pot and then if you did the rice not rice coaching he or she is preparing for government exam although they have only 2 options कि पढेर केस्तो गर किनभने गभर्मेन्ट सर्भिस प्रिपेयर अब जो trying a new venture or something अब पढिन्छ अब we can try for so many things you can do content writing nobody wants to do that त्यही अब rat race नै छ I think अहिले त being अब हाम्रो गभर्मेन्ट being ST यस्तो कम्पिटेटिभ छ
Yeah, it's very hard.
I still saw the stats होइन त्यो 2016 टाइममा एसटीको कट अफ चाहिँ पिसिएस अलमोस्ट लाइक 67 कि 70 को रेन्जमा थियो whereas now it has reached almost 100 पार हुन्छ 95 देखि 100 को बिचमा हुन्छ त्यसो हुन्छ
Yeah, competition has, I would say, as you mentioned, it has increased a lot. But then again, to the benefit of that, the amount of opportunities also has increased. The only problem is तपाईँले चाहिँ जान्नु पर्यो कहाँ चाहिँ खोज्नु,
where to look for
and how to go about it.
be there
Because एउटै approach तपाईँले अब the way you prepare and all of that, say for civils versus that for say CAT or versus that for, as I mentioned, NEET or WT,
any
every
other
approach is
exams.
different. Right. So you cannot apply the same mindset, same
All
approach,
the
most of that.
even in this thing banking को आफ्नै preparation
Yes.
so त्यो पनि छ I am planning to get like हामीले चाहिँ अब कलेजको दाजुहरू उनीहरूले पनि अब अहिले they are into like different kind of government jobs कोही अब रेलवेमा छ कोही CGL पास गरेर चाहिँ कोही विशेषमै हुन्छ कोही अब they are different I'll get all each one of them here in this podcast and then share their insights so that those who are preparing pieces like most of them they are seriously preparing but then due to few marks 2 marks here they're not clear त्यो 5-6 marks say is the difference in कि उसले that person who cracked it उसले चाहिँ त्यो राम्रो गर्यो हैन अन्त चाहिँ he is there getting about 2 marks and then cracking it and then you're just back because 500 marks पढ्ने पनि त्यही हो because books are all the same पढ्ने त्यही हो जसलाई पढ्नु छ पढिरहेछ जो के भन्छ त्यसलाई नपढ्नेले केही न केही तर पढेर पनि if you're not getting there what's the point you're missing we get them it's just how you prepare these are the things you need to like focus mostly on and like if these like people they have weak points some are good in maths but then very bad in English some are good in maths and English but reasoning it's about how to like tackle with your weakness and your strength कसरी चाहिँ अब we'll discuss that त्यो session पनि राख्ने भनेर so that people who are like on the के भन्छ अब on the board preparing for like
different
तिनीहरूलाई पनि एउटा मजाको होस् कि let's just do this these are the trends these are the steps these are the principles that you need to keep on mind if you really want to be in this त्यो पनि छ त्यहाँनिर
That's good. Again, as I said, right, while I may be talking about MBA, it may not be something that college aspire. Obviously having different mindset.
Like this particular podcast is going to be for a person who is trying or who wants to do an MBA
or who just wants to know
what is an MBA.
Exactly.
It's for them and then so basically नै अरु पनि आउँछ for them and I'm also planning to get like some of like good like entrepreneurs who are here in doing business from last like 20 years उनीहरूलाई बोलाएर how did they start their business how did they learn how are they learning and अब local मानिसहरू कसले मिलेर बस्यो because people they don't tend to accept a foreign person coming up and setting a business and earning त्यस्तो हुन्छ अब differences हुन्छ कसैले अब there are so many things that comes on the way while doing like in कसैले tackle गरेर के गर्यो and then getting like people from other backgrounds from like research scholars to what made them to choose this. As we have research got this research is not a like small thing. I have to study for like almost months and every day with different journals like all
something I was never good at. Something I was never
that's why when I didn't continue studying, reading different journals, getting up to date like general all the things that are happening around the world. So why did they choose they could have chosen to go into something else and then their research team came on research this there will be guests coming up आफ्नो इन्ट्रेस्ट हो जसलाई के भन्छ MBA गर्छ तिनीहरूले यो भिडियो हेर्छ जसलाई अब एन्टरप्रेन्योर हुनुहुन्छ तिनीहरूले अर्को भिडियो हेर्छ लाइक फर अल काइन्ड अफ पिपल आफ्नो त्यसै हामीले भिडियो हाल्ने सो द्याट हाम्रो मान्छेले एउटा अवेरनेस प्लस एउटा त्यो चाहिँ होस् रोड म्याप
guidance.
कि इफ यु वान्ट टु डु दिस यस्तो यस्तो गर्नु पर्दैछ है यो कुराहरू चाहिँ ध्यानमा राख्नुपर्ने रहेछ यस्तो यस्तो त्यो खालको चाहिँ एउटा दिने चाहिँ थ्रु दिस पडकास्ट चाहिँ my aim.
I'm eagerly looking forward for the entrepreneur one episode because that is one thing which I'm also very much interested in. I think maybe in the future, who knows?
I think like just like you, all my guests, like it would be someone who I know for the time being personally, because those are people I will reach out, and then talking to them, they will really bring back memories, and then कस्तो के भएको छ and मजा पनि आउँछ, and then I think we'll have a good talk, and then it will be informative for people also.
Yeah.
तिनीहरूले अब कसरी, so that if you can give our insights to अब हाम्रो आउनेको youthहरूलाई कि I think many of them are really confused, just like us. We were back then when we were that age. You know, confused. At least एउटा road map दिन्छ क्या हामीले कि यसो गरौँ यसो गरौँ यसो गरौँ, and if there is any problem केही छ questions भन्ने छ भने अब comment गरेर mail गरेर we'll give back that भिडियोमा होइन, त्यसमा we can always reach out, and then जतिमा हाम्रो अब knowledge छ जस्तो चाहिँ we'll always be like happy and like glad to help. Yeah, त्यो चाहिँ छ, यति चाहिँ गर्दैन. And coming back, MBA ma, like what is like one thing that you're really proud of in your like career,
Career
specific
in as a consultant.
In your job.
So again, मेरो चाहिँ के जोक्स पनि लाग्छ मलाई कोही बेला सोच्दाखेरि. I already told you about my CV as for education, right? Science and then commerce and then humanities and then MBA in HR marketing. इन्टर्नसिप चाहिँ मैले फेरि सेल्स गरिदिएको गुडगाउँमा.
HR marketing गरेर सेल्स
गरिदिएको चाहिँ इन्टर्नसिपमा चाहिँ बुझ्यो. त्यति बेला चाहिँ I had to go to these places like GT कर्नल केहरू. त्यहाँ चाहिँ
tell this place कस्तो खालको GT कर्नल.
It is only factories in that place.
Okay, it's more of a setup, but your industrial setup.
Industrial setup meanings. And त्यो don't think that, you know, when you think about factories, तपाईँको दिमागमा चाहिँ don't think about the American factories which are neat and clean and all of that.
More
these ones are like
I have no interest in factories.
These ones are like hardcore factories. त्यसको माथि चाहिँ त्यो फ्याक्ट्रिजहरुमा चाहिँ the owners are I would say they are not that well educated, right? And on other the workers are like very local. To the point, like I used to go on my bike to, you know, go and do my sales pitch and all that. As soon as I took out my helmet, कहाँबाट चाहिँ आयो को हो यो हैन?
They still do here.
And then हिन्दी बोल्दाखेरि त झन् हेर्दै गाउँ भयो मान्छे त हिन्दी बोल्दो रहेछ भन्ने. त्यो चाहिँ जोक्स हुन्छ. But then I did that and it was quite fun. It was a new thing for me because त्यहाँ चाहिँ I got to understand the crux अब त्यहाँ चाहिँ मेन हाम्रो जुन सेल्स हुन्थ्यो we used to like our pitch अब financial aid मा चाहिँ but mainly to companies who would make products out of PET, you know, the plastic products and also rubber को त्यो त्यसमा चाहिँ त्यो, but basics at least I could see how it works actually in the Indian context. Your consulting was I think something that I really wanted, right, as a consultant, and I'll tell you more about it also, is I really wanted to roam.
Move around.
Countries and all that.
Even India is very big too.
Even India is very big. So I could like per geography, food and all that, eat and all also. And also with regards to culture, you know, very different. If you go from north to south, even in the mid. Yeah, I mean, it's we categorize it as mainland India. Very different.
So many.
Yeah, but then it's very different. And I think recently, as a part of my project, I at least got to visit Spain.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was मैले गएको ठाउँ चाहिँ बार्सिलोना भन्ने ठाउँ हो. A lot of people know it because of the clubs. I'm wearing Real Madrid. त्यो चाहिँ अलग हो. यो चाहिँ लगाइन थियो सहरमा लगाएको भए चाहिँ धुलाई खान्थ्यो मैले हो. यो चाहिँ लगाएर
बार्सिलोना पुग्दै
हुँदैन. त्यतिखेर चाहिँ बार्सिलोना गएको थियो. I'll send you pictures if you want to put it up. So I was there in Barcelona. And I had a good time roaming and all of that. I was
obviously
culture,
one of the biggest footballing city, and then we being like one of the football crazy fans, lover, त्यहाँ पुरै त्यो हावा खानु नै अब आफूले कस्तो हुन्छ
यो सबैमा चाहिँ मेसी बसेको थियो भनेर भनेको थियो. अनफर्चुनेटली म जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ क्याम्प जुन चाहिँ वर्ष नम्बर सिकेको थियो त्यो चाहिँ कन्स्ट्रक्सनमा थियो भन
ए
पस्नु नपाइदिएको क्या कस्तो बिजो गरेको थियो स्याड गरेको So but then at least, but from my
बाहिरबाट देख्ने एटलिस्ट
yeah, from my perspective, at least त्यस्तो ठाउँ अब like I always used to see by the outside India through Instagram, through YouTube and all of that.
युट्युब
right?
एन्ड देन स्क्रिन ओन्ली
Through screen. अब त्यहाँ चाहिँ गएर अब physically त्यहाँ बसेर हेर्ने.
इट्स डिफरेन्ट
It's a
टोटल
different
डिफरेन्ट एक्सपिरियन्स
Best part, I paid nothing.
जस्ट
Complete company they pay गरेको travel सबैको hotel stay वे खाना आउन सबै company paid. I just had to go there, do my job, and then free time roam the city, and then come back.
once the job is done and that's what
And then go
like,
back.
the
But then yeah,
works
I always wanted to roam around. And I hope that this is not the last one. Last time that obviously there's gonna be more. But it's my challenge इच्छा थियो.
I told them the you came there at this beach month.
Yeah.
And then I think came problem by that. Then you didn't.
Yeah, we didn't go because I think we had visa issues and
Visa
because it was last minute thing. Which I remember months ago. Let's say that's the good thing. Then say it's that months at least you will get to do cross geography projects. Yeah.
That's really good. You meant to like meet people from other
Yeah.
country and there's so many things to learn.
I would say I think I have worked with people from US, I have worked with people from UK, worked with people all over Europe. The client, but then the clients, because officers there all over Europe. So and then I work with people from Latin America, and then you get to learn so much by even just talking to them, learning
Language,
about the project, right?
Then
How they function and all of that. You get to learn so much, and you have to be like a sponge. Yeah, you have to be able to soak in all the good things. Yeah,
just a signal for it.
just signal point. And
I think the work ethics is also very good.
Yeah.
You know,
And by God's grace, I think like जुन चाहिँ अब एउटा चिज चाहिँ which I really love about the corporate, as opposed to maybe a government work is I think government is mostly time related, like when you would get your promotion after how many years and all. At least in the era of my mom, I don't know for current.
I think it's similar to almost all the
Yeah.
so careers.
Careers and all of that. So I think it was in government it's more like he has
Yeah.
completed 3 or she has completed 3-4 years.
In this
So
certain
he or she needs to get a promotion and all of that. Corporate मा चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ you perform well. Doesn't matter the time and how long you have been in the company for, you can get promoted.
You get noticed if you are
Exactly.
if you're doing good.
Exactly. And that's the reason why I was able to go to Spain because अब हाम्रो चाहिँ concept in the partner हुन्छ जस्तो भन्ने ठुलो है. The partner ले चाहिँ त्यो अलिकति काम गर्दा रहेछ अनि त्यसलाई चाहिँ प्रोजेक्टको लागि चाहिँ पठाइदियो भन्ने त्यो भइरहेको. अन्त चाहिँ I think even when I had joined the company, no, a lot of people had been there in my role, consultant role, as like being there for 3 years, 3.5 to 4 years, and all of that. I still have not received a promotion. In my case, I think I received it within 1 and 9 months, 1 year, 9 months, and all. So I think that for me was a great achievement.
Achievement plus something you're proud of.
Yeah.
Well, एउटा त्यो पनि हो कि if you are in a good company or a राम्रो work environment, so you also want to work hard and then you really want to do good to your company.
Exactly.
Like, company
And then-
it depends upon who you're working for. Company जो काम गराएको हो asking you all sort of questions. यो किन भएको छैन अब त्यो हुन्छ नि
त्यो हुन्छ अब I wouldn't say that culture is not there. I mean, you work hard party भन्ने culture छ. But if you're willing to work hard, तपाईँको लागि जुन options हुन्छ, it's a plenty. And on top of that, one other big thing about the corporate, another thing which I like is like a flexibility. Yeah, if you are doing well, you know your worth. तपाईँको pay cycle आयो, you're not happy, you can go and talk, have a reasonable conversation with your HR, with your managers, and say, मलाई यति काम गरेको थिएँ, I deserve better. A lot of times, obviously, if you are in the right, the talks about that, they will increase it, right? And obviously, if you're still not satisfied, based on how much you know that you are capable of, you can get or you can switch works also, jobs and very easily. On top of that, okay, you're satisfied with the job, you're satisfied with the salary, but you want to learn something new. A lot of companies have this thing where you can just jump between teams and join a totally different team and learn their work also. Yeah.
Team, outer department.
Exactly. So that is also another flexibility. Obviously, it also depends upon you. अनि चाहिँ तपाईँको फोर्थको गट इफ लड छ भनेखेरि चाहिँ देन यु क्यान गो द्याट. That is something which I will always say it's a plus to have from my point of view, to have these opportunities and options.
ल अब हाम्रो चाहिँ नेक्स्ट कुरा वाट वी गोइङ टु डिस्कस इज लाइक अब टु गेट इन्टु एन एमबिए होइन अन्त देयर इज अ प्रोसेस अब क्याट दिनुपर्ने हो अब क्याट कमन एप्टिट्युड टेस्ट अब त्यसमा चाहिँ कसरी प्रिपेयर गरिस् तैँले र अब हाम्रो अब कम्युनिटी अब आई थिङ्क इन द त्यो एक्जाम्सन छ होला नि त एसटिआरलाई अलिकति त्यसमा चाहिँ एप्रोक्सिमेट कति पर्सेन्टाइल चाहिँ आउनुपर्छ टु गेट इन लाइक गुड अब टप 5 भनौँ न टप 5 नेसनको अब एमबी स्कुल्सहरूमा चाहिँ
I think first of all, तपाईँको खालि CAT मात्रै छैन. That's your more known one. There are others which are also GMAT and MAT and all also. However, मैले चाहिँ recommend गर्छु तपाईँले अगर if you really want to pursue an MBA, do not go through these other exams. Concentrate mostly on CAT. Obviously, if you are doing तपाईँको HR को लागि तपाईँले MBA गर्छ and you want to get into XLRI, which I mentioned was one of the premium ones. XLRI को चाहिँ आफ्नै एउटा अलग exam हुन्छ. So that's there. And then FMS को लागि चाहिँ जब तपाईँले CAT को लागि तपाईँले भर्नुहुन्छ, you get the options to choose on the colleges you want to apply for, and they mostly has तपाईँको IIMs and all of those. FMS को लागि चाहिँ अलगै you have to fill out in their own website. Portal. जुन चाहिँ मैले first time I think when I had done CAT तपाईँको 2016 मा गरेको थिएँ, where I was shortlisted for IIM Indore, but that time चाहिँ मलाई थाहा नभएर कि FMS को लागि you have to separately नै तपाईँले apply गर्नुपर्छ भनेर चाहिँ मलाई थाहा थिएन. So that's why I missed out on that. So those are the things. CAT मा चाहिँ I would say it's 3, at least during my time. I don't know whether there are changes. I have not kept up in touch with that. But मेरो time मा चाहिँ there were 3 different sections. Like English with mean, and then you had quant, and then you had logical reasoning. Quant like maths.
Each paper differently. सँगै पेपर दिनुपर्ने
एकै टाइममा 3 घण्टाको
टाइम फ्रेम
1 hour हुन्थ्यो. प्रब्लम चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि तपाईँको as soon as तपाईँको इङ्ग्लिसको 1 hour कम्प्लिट भयो भने त्यो केस अल टुगेदर क्लोज हुन्थ्यो. So you cannot go back. So dedicated 1 hour for each section. So if the first one was English, you had 1 hour on that. Second hour, say on quant. Third hour on logical reasoning. And after each hour is passed, you cannot go back. If you suddenly realize that you have made a mistake in your answer, you cannot go back.
So 1 hour you are supposed to give to that paper.
That paper, exactly. And then normally सबै चाहिँ सिस्टममै हुन्छ. So तपाईँको सबै चिज त्यसमै हुन्छ.
If you are to like consider the level of the question,
I would say तपाईँको level of prep को माथि हुन्छ.
Like I like हामी भने त्यो भनेको चाहिँ अब म्याथ्स आई थिङ्क म्याथ्स 10 लेभलको म्याथ्स आउँछ होला लाइक मोर अफ 10 त्योहरू एन्ड इङ्ग्लिसहरू पनि
more of that, yeah. But the only problem is because तपाईँको time limit is a small short, so 1 hour, and you have
how many questions per hour?
At least in my time it was 33 and 34, or it was 34, 33, 34, either of this. So think about it. Our per question you only get to dedicate like 2 minutes. In terms of say English and all, still understandable, but like maths, logical reasoning, you have to be very fast.
That's very time consuming. Maths and other things. If you don't know the like basic shortcuts or how to like do it in short period of time, then I think you won't do really good in this exam.
Yeah. So you have to like CAT को prep चाहिँ जे छ भने you have to be तपाईँले के अरे 12th पास हुनु भयो है. त्यसमा त त्यो एम्फोसिस चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईँले यतिको क्वेसन यतिको आवरमा लेख्नुपर्छ and you have to write small and short fast. एउटा पर्टिकुलर सिन छ नि मलाई tell me about yourself भन्ने, and then that guy did not even write 200 words. Unlike that, we don't have to write long sentences. We only
descriptive.
Yeah, we have to have multiple options for the MCQ हुन्छ त्यसमा चाहिँ चुज गर्नुपर्छ. The only thing is negative marking चाहिँ हुन्छ. You have one wrong, it's gone. So
it's
prioritizing
gone plus, it's gone plus गरेकोबाट पनि you get deducted.
चाहिँ मेरो लागि चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ किन राम्रो थियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ again note to every young person out there, please do not apply this. It worked for me. And thankfully it did. It might not work for you. Bachelor's देखि मेरो एउटा आदत थियो ओल्ड क्वेसन पेपर्सहरू लिएर आउने होइन, प्याटर्न डिसाइड गर्ने कि यसरी चाहिँ अब यो इयरमा यो क्वेसन आएको थियो, यो च्याप्टरबाट क्वेसन आएको थियो, त्यो हिसाबले म प्रिपेयर गर्थेँ. द सेम लजिक आई अप्लाइड इन क्याट द्याट आई लाइक मेरो विकनेस चाहिँ क्वान्ट थियो, म्याथ्समा चाहिँ मेरो ओभरै विक थियो. सो फर क्वान्ट आई डिसाइडेड I will perfect myself in certain parts of
certain
certain
chapters
chapters.
त्यसमा
त्यसमा चाहिँ स्योर म आन्सर गर्नै पर्छ,
rather than touching all and doing nothing.
गर्नै पर्छ. अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ आई हेभ टु बी स्योर द्याट आई गेट द मार्क्स, करेक्ट मार्क्स. त्यस्तो चाहिँ प्रिपेयर गरेँ मैले. अब इङ्ग्लिस चाहिँ इट्स बिकज आई अल्सो डिड माई ब्याचलर्स अल्सो इन इङ्ग्लिस अनर्स. त्यो इङ्ग्लिस चाहिँ अब त्यो द्याट वाज माई स्कोरिङ एरिया. द लजिकल रिजनिङ अल्सो इट्स अल्सो लाइक म्याथ्स हुने, बिकज लजिकल रिजनिङ त सोच्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट सिम्स भेरी इजी, बट द मोर यु थिङ्क अबाउट इट इट्स भेरी हार्ड.
कम्प्लेक्स हुन्छ नि त्यो क्याट लेभलको चाहिँ इट्स रियली कम्प्लेक्स.
जस्तो कि हाम्रो त्यो जस्ट लाइक रिसेन्टली वेन आई गट प्रमोटेड एउटा हामीलाई एउटा त्यो ट्रेनिङ गराउँदाखेरि एउटा क्वेसन आस्क गरेको थियो. आई फाइन्ड इट भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ है. क्वेसन चाहिँ भेरी सिम्पल थियो. एउटा गार्डले चाहिँ जहिले पनि एउटा कम्पनीको दैलोहरू बिहान पनि खोल्थ्यो, लास्टसम्म बस्छ, लास्टमा पनि आफ्टर एभ्रीबडी हेज लेफ्ट हि वुड लक द डोर होइन. त्यो दिन चाहिँ अफिसमा चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ यस्तो भेटाउँदो रहेछ, अमिताभ बच्चन टेबलमा घुमेको छ, त्यो टेबल वरिपरि घुम्नेछ. अन्त त्यो गार्डलाई लाग्यो अब बिचरा अमिताभ यसो हेरेको, अमिताभ पुरा स्ट्रेस थियो, अमिताभ बच्चन बुझ्यो पुरा स्ट्रेस थियो. अनि त्यो गार्डले चाहिँ सोच्यो अब ला स्ट्रेस छ होला तर पनि ठिकै छ. सो हि लक्ड अल द डोर्स एन्ड देन हि वेन्ट. नेक्स्ट मर्निङ आउँदाखेरि त्यस्तो हेर्दो रहेछ अमिताभ बच्चन चाहिँ फ्लोरमा मोडिरहेको रहेछ हो. सो क्वेसन वाज वाट कुड हेभ कस्ट अमिताभ बच्चन, बुझ्यो.
त्यो आफ्नो त्यो अब के भन्छ ब्रेनको जसको जस्तो चाहिँ भिजन छ त्यो आफ्नो आफ्नो हुन्छ.
लट अफ पिपल आस्क क्वेसन्स कि ग्लास फुटिरहेको थियो, मर्डर वेपन थियो, लट अफ थिङ्स है. लास्टमा चाहिँ आई वाज लिसनिङ एभ्रीबडी वाज आस्किङ क्वेसन्स होइन. चाहिँ लास्टमा चाहिँ बिकज अफ अल द हिन्ट्स आई ग्यादर्ड है फ्रम अल अफ देयर आन्सर्स, बिकज द इन्भिजिलेटर जो थियो त्यसले चाहिँ अब उत्तर दिँदै थियो आइदर विथ अ येस अर नो. ही वुड नट से द डेफिनेसन, यु हेभ टु आस्क द क्वेसन, ही वुड से येस अर नो. यति हिन्ट दियो. लास्टमा चाहिँ आई पिक्ड अप 3 बिग हिन्ट्स. वान, फ्लोरमा चाहिँ ग्लास फुटिरहेको थियो. सेकेन्ड, विन्डोजको चाहिँ ग्लास फुटेको थियो, नर्मल ग्लास फुटेको थियो, तर ग्लासमा चाहिँ पुरा पानी थियो, बुझ्यो. सो द्याट वाज वान बिग हिन्ट जुन चाहिँ मैले उठाएको थिएँ. सेकेन्ड हिन्ट चाहिँ मैले के उठाउँदाखेरि भनेदेखि यो गार्डले जहिले पनि लक गर्छ, त्यो चाहिँ त्यसले देख्दैछ अमिताभ बच्चन घुमिरहेको छ तर पनि यसले लक गरिदियो, वाइ भन्ने भएर क्या. मान्छेको पर्सपेक्टिभमा चाहिँ के थियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अमिताभ बच्चन मोड्यो भनेर हुन्थ्यो नि त. एन्ड अमिताभ बच्चन सुन्ने बित्तिकै दे एसोसिएटेड विथ हुम, अमिताभ बच्चन, राइट?
अभिषेक बच्चन. I did associate with him.
Yeah, but okay, actor and a human, and they didn't think out of the box. मैले चाहिँ लजिक लगाएँ, विन्डोको ग्लासहरू फुटेको छैन, त्यो गार्डले अमिताभ बच्चन स्ट्रेस छ भनेर पनि तर पनि लक गरिदियो, फ्लोरमा चाहिँ ग्लास फुटिरहेको छ र पानी छ. मैले भने इज अमिताभ बच्चन अ फिश?
फिश भयो मतलब डग्स हुन्छ पेट.
इज अमिताभ बच्चन अ फिश? बुझ्यो. कुकुर चाहिँ के हो?
हैन कुकुर अब
हुनु पनि छ त, हुनु पनि.
अब तेरो कन्टेक्स्ट के थियो? इट वाज अ टेबल. टेबल गरिपरि चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ फिस हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ अब मेबी अब ट्याङ्क विथ टेबल भयो. कुकुर हुन्छ नि स्ट्रेस भयो. म चाहिँ अब त्यो कन्क्लुजनमा इट माइट बी अ डग भनेर अब
त्यही त नसे त्यो भएछ नि त. देन द बिङ भिडियो सेड यस यु आर राइट, अमिताभ बच्चन. सो मेनी टाइम्स लाइक यु गेट टु थिङ्क आउट अफ द बक्स, यु गेट टु डु आउट अफ द बक्स. क्या लजिकल रिजनिङ चाहिँ त्यस्तो खालके हुन्छ. एन्ड कमिङ ब्याक टु कन्टेक्स्ट, सो मेनी दिस 3 थिङ्स आई वुड से. प्रेप, you have to work hard. तपाईँको प्रेप राम्रो हुनुपर्छ. You have to learn and all that, but prep smart.
If you really want to go into good school and then राम्रो यो छ हुनुपर्छ भने you really need to work hard, bro.
So you need to prep.
It's not easy.
Prep hard, but also prep smart.
Hard भन्दा पनि स्मार्ट चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ. यो पनि परेको and then exam जब आउँछ त्यसमा कन्फ्युज भइदिन्छ. Exactly. You choose a certain field which you are strong. त्यसमा म यसमा चाहिँ 100 मा I'll score 90 and there is this field which you are like weak at, then at least prepare that कि त्यो फिल्डमा चाहिँ अलि कम्ती प्रिपेयर गर, at least I'll get a passing mark from here, but then यसको जति पनि कम्ती हुन्छ I'll focus so much on my strong point that I can like do the business so that I can like, average it out to get a good percentile भन्नु. त्यसै खालको गरे हुन्छ. अब just because you are not good at something, हैन अब I'm good at this, so I'm going to focus only at my bad भनेर, what you will do is you will come from good to average here. यहाँबाट what you are good at since you didn't focus त्यहाँबाट पनि average अब. Once you join average अब average हुन्छ त्यहाँदेखि. त्यो चाहिँ अब त्यसरी अब एउटा स्मार्ट पाराले प्रिपेयर गर्नु पर्यो एन्ड आई डिन्ट थिङ्क माई फ्रेन्ड वुड गिभ द्याट एक्जाम बिकज आई नो हिम इन एन्ड आउट त्योसँग बस्छ होइन अब देवर अदर टु गाइज अब हाम्रो सिनियर्सहरू हुनुहुन्थ्यो देवर लाइक फुल फोकस क्याट दिन्छ यो बिहानदेखि पढ्यो उठ्यो यस्तो यस्तो बट देन दिस गाई हामी सँगै गेम खेल्थ्यो सँगै ह्याङ आउट होइन तर फुटबल प्र्याक्टिस पनि गइरहेको सबै कुरो बट देन त्यो हो लाइक he was smart from very beginning. So he knew what his strength were, weakness were, and then the way he prepared. And त्यो हुन्छ नि मान्छेलाई जब थाहा हुन्छ कतिवटा कुरा once you know the way to do it, it becomes quite अब के भन्छ त्यो you hard work त्यति साह्रो म्याटर गर्दैन you just have to work smart and then be there on the right time and then things work with you.
Now see after that so the shortlisting things are as I said the old times are very hard to get ABCs, and then after that comes Lucknow, Kodikot, Indore, and also they are quite hard. And then you have the new times both the years. But again, how much you score? Coming to scoring, I think at that time, post 2016, I think 82 percentile, not percentage. There are probably differences on in terms of what percentage. It's 82% as and then second time also I did a bit better, 89%. ST terms decent. ST terms general maths it's bad. Just about 36,000 PJ in the same terms FMS all the generals 99 point कति 98 lowest 98 point कति त्यो
at least 90 भन्दिम न
अहिले चाहिँ it must have increased. Yeah, if you want to get into the cream
if you want to like obviously those who are preparing they obviously want to get into one of the best school तिनीहरुको लागि चाहिँ if you really want to do it so you have to get at least त्यो चाहिँ त्यो खालको चाहिँ प्रिपेयर गर्नु पर्यो कि 90 हाल्छु भनेर चाहिँ प्रिपेयर गरे भने चाहिँ then you land somewhere decent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and one more thing. So, like, what would be your like cheat code? Cheat code. What are the guidelines to our youth or anyone who is trying to pursue MBA? So, what would you guide? How would you guide them?
Don't wait for the end of your bachelor's or your master's.
Start preparing right off the bat. If you are
not even starting right after. Start preparing while you are doing it.
That was right off the bat. Just to class 8
graduation start
collecting data,
at least like midway through your not midway but like if you are doing engineering it's a 4 years course. If you are doing arts it's 3.
I live in 4 years was
arts funny? I didn't know that.
From this year.
Yeah, okay. As I said, I'm not aware. But so say even arts is 4 years. So at least prepare from year 2 end onwards.
3 start.
Yeah, because 3 months you'll have to apply. 3 months, sorry, 4 start months you'll have to apply. 4 towards the end is when your things happen, and then right off, if you are sure that without backlogs you're gonna pass, you get to do the exam also, and then you get to straight off go to a B school. That's the most ideal scenario. However,
once you figure out key to once you get into college, first 5-6 months, I'm a new place.
Yeah.
It takes time to settle down. Once you settle down to that place, then you start collecting information, and then you start doing that.
Yep.
You should start.
Yep.
Okay.
So I think that would be the most ideal time.
Okay. Anything?
Also in that sense, but then at least learn. As I said, as we talked about this earlier, in the field of work, it's vast, right? MBA
options
and all are
career options.
So try to at least zero down. So at least HR garnisa. So I did my specialization at the end of the day in HR. So that's at least a mindset on a person. So be sure about that.
Once you start collecting like all the data, towns, what are the things that are available already?
Yeah.
Then you choose whatever you feel like choosing. Yes, and then you can go try out there. You cannot say इच्छा त मान्छेले के हुन्छ अब पाउनै पर्छ भन्नु पनि छैन त्यस्तो छैन तर अब ट्राई गर्दा
आफ्नो 100% दियो. If it भयो भने well that's the best. चाहेको कुरा हुँदैछ. भएन भने पनि there are many other options that you don't have to be an MBA to be in like some of the top big companies.
You don't. Actually, you don't.
You don't
That's
have
a
to be an
myth,
MBA.
I would say. But an MBA also helps you to
MBA
rise.
gives you a
Platform.
Platform पनि हुन्छ एउटा you get a limelight अब MBA छ भने you get noticed early
Yes.
easily, but then if you're really hardworking and then really talented you get noticed anyways.
Yeah.
त्यो चाहिँ हो. त्यस्तो छ. अन्त त्यो भयो. So for a person अब youth who wants to do an MBA, so these are the few things अब पहिलादेखि नै
As you keep in mind.
try to get information as much as you can. जस्तो सक्दो अब meet people who are from that background or are preparing for this, and then to already decide examine what are the question patterns.
Yep.
And these days the internet pass. Okay, so before we like end this, once again thank you so much. We had a very good number of conversations, but hopefully our audience, they might, I don't know how will they like it, because this is my first time doing a podcast, coming into camera first time. I don't know how they like it, but hopefully I'll try to improve. I know I will know my mistakes. And then
They will need to see the bloopers.
this is my like total personal question, when I say apart from MBA, this is like it's to you because we share a lot of time about in game. This is game related, we play Dota a lot, Dota. So like if that's a question, I've been preparing this question for a long time now. If
Why
like
do I think it's gonna be bad?
no, it's not bad. It's gonna be interesting. If you like, if you had to prepare a 5-man team, Dota is a mobile 5-man, 5 versus 5, and then it's
PUBG
the
one
world-
PUBG त दिन्छ. But then okay, if your question is on Dota,
Yeah, obviously, bro, it's like Dota related only. Like world is coming to an end, and then we have 5 roles in Dota: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position. What are the 5 heroes you would choose from?
oh my goodness.
Like in each position, because there are so many heroes. Like that is the question for you. But I didn't ask you this question because if you
Gameplay wise, like real life must have
real life, like if you had to choose like top 5, like 5 for who's gonna save the earth, your 5 चाहिँ मेरो आर्मी हुन्छ जसको who I trust they will win the game.
अडियन्सले चाहिँ ढुङ्गा फ्याँकिदिन्छ होला, डिजिटल ढुङ्गा. यिनीहरूले यति लामोसम्म राखे लास्टमा चाहिँ यो क्वेसनको लागि ल. एनिवेज,
This is just for us.
okay, now that I think about it,
5 heroes, 5 roles.
okay,
Let's start position 5.
position 5 ma world is coming to an end, right?
You have only one game, best of 1. If you lose it, it's dead, bro. Earth is gone. Earth is gone.
In that, so you have to play to
No,
win.
you have to play. No, you choose a team. You choose a hero, set of team.
But then you are
It doesn't depend on your skill set. त्यो हैन कि तोइ नै त्यो hero खेल्नुपर्छ भन्ने छैन. You just have to choose a hero.
real life situation ma हैन, based on that hero. Okay,
Yeah.
gonna real life र gaming ma चाहिँ organs. Anyways, real life ma position 5 I would pick Kotal.
Hotel, keeper of the light. Not more than like 50 watts. Kina.
Kina. He has access to huge wave blasts, and he can transport me from a bad situation to somewhere else altogether. And on top of that, he has the source of light.
And like I think being a position 5 hero should be very much irritating to the other team. Kotal is one of the most irritating heroes, I think, who plays really well.
The Kotal, pose 5, Kotal.
Position 4.
Position 4, I would say Marathon, Speed Breaker.
Okay, Spirit Breaker in this.
I'm not talking game wise, I'm talking about the logic on why he can do space travel, basically. If you read about him,
He can move from one place to another.
space travel.
It's
So
very
if Earth is not habitable, at least he can make me go to a planet which might support life. Elon Musk le try garcha, Marathon le gardihaल्छ.
okay. Look, position 3.
Position 3, Enigma.
Enigma.
Because if that's what I said, game or real life.
Bro, game.
Real life matter, it's much different. No, then Because in
Game,
in real life,
we are talking games.
in real life, if you take his powers, he has control over universe. Have you seen him? He's bigger than a lot of planets.
अरे मैले चाहिँ भनेको गेममा हो, you have to play a game of Dota and then you have to choose a
Enigma,
hero.
why not Enigma? Still at the same way, because a good Enigma player can.
Really change.
Yeah.
You can really change the
त्यो एनिग्मा प्लेयरको नाम चाहिँ आदर्श लामा हुनु हुँदैन, नभए चाहिँ डु.
I am the best Enigma player in this world.
Not at all.
If Elon Musk needs me, anytime to save the world to Dota as an Enigma,
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm always ready to join the
Not
army.
at all.
Poison 2.
मेरो एउटा ल्यापटप झन्नै भइरहेको यसको एनिग्माको लागि.
Poison 2.
Question 2 mid.
I mean,
Mid I think अहिलेको प्याचमा ओडी.
I really think you would go for Storm. Maybe
Storm के
Mid Storm.
स्टर्मको चाहिँ अलिक त्यसको एफेक्ट चाहिँ कम्ती भएको छ. बिकज पहिला चाहिँ स्टर्मको चाहिँ बेनिफिट चाहिँ के थियो भने वान अन वान पिकअप्स वाज भेरी गुड, बट नाउ इट्स मोर अफ लाइक टिम सेन्टर्ड हाले. एउटा रोटेसन हुने बित्तिकै 4-5 जना घ्याचक्कै आइदिन्छ, त्यो त स्टर्म चाहिँ युजलेस.
Okay, no one.
One my go to PA.
Oh, PA. Yes, PA. अहिलेको प्याचमा पनि भएको रहेछ.
Or faceless.
So you would pick anti-mace because you play a lot of anti-mace. Apart from PA,
Yeah.
छोडेर anti-mace.
Anti-mace को पनि again the strength has reduced because पहिलाको not patches but in the gameplay was more on one वाला thingy. अहिले चाहिँ टिम गेम भएर चाहिँ EM को चाहिँ इन्फ्लुएन्स अलिकति.
These days he dies quickly because team they tend to stick a lot these days. 5 men.
Yeah.
So त्यही थियो मेरो आजको लास्ट एन्ड मोस्ट पर्सनल क्वेसनहरू दुई भयो होइन.
You would not be in that team at all.
टिम त म्याटर गर्दैन, त्यो आफ्नो आफ्नो हो, तर होइन किनकि त्यो लागि अब म छैन, तर when the world needs me I'm always there. त्यो त भन्न सक्छु. And if the world needs the best Enigma player, आइहाल्छ होइन. त्यति अब त्यति हो ब्रो. Thank you once again, and then
Thank you for having me.
thank you for watching us. Right? And फेरि next video ma we'll meet again with new guest and then new topic and new insights about the different career paths in the dunya ma. So and one more thing, like let's talk about like work-life balance. कस्तो छ त्यो चाहिँ अब how much time do you commit to your company, how much time do you commit for yourself, how much time do you commit if you have a family. हुन्छ अब दिन्छ नि त. We not because we're not physical present अब घरमा with mom and dad, over the phone के कुराहरू हुन्छ, we share so many things. How much like त्यस्तो कस्तो के छ?
Okay, one last time maybe. It depends. Why? Because the company that I currently work with, म चाहिँ joiningदेखि नै मेरो work from home चल्दै थियो. So I've always been working from home. Very rarely I've had to go offices. Again, as I said, there were a few projects for which I had to travel to Spain, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and so on and so forth. But apart from that, it has been work from home. अहिले चाहिँ अलिकति पोलिसी ट्राई गर्दैछ हाइब्रिड हुनु, but for me it's been work from home majorly. So I have my own setup. तपाईँको यस्तो setup छ अहिले पडकास्टको. I have my own setup back at home.
Work setup.
And but I stay located in Noida because कोही बेला partner visit गर्छ, so I have to go and
sometimes you also have to visit office.
Yeah, and I have to do IT related issues गर्दा. That's why I stay in Noida itself. Corporate मा चाहिँ as I already mentioned, मेरो अलिक growth from what I believe from like
other people
crowd, like I feel fast भएको छ, but at the same time it's also come at a price. That is also something जुन चाहिँ I feel has to be talked about. किन भन्दाखेरि गभर्मेन्टमा चाहिँ I feel if you want a work-life balance, a government employer actually has one of the best.
The best way, we will not say best because it comes about your job, it comes to
see everything has a thing, but I'm saying if you talk solely about work-life balance, I would take government employees much more because I feel that there is stress in every job you do. Business,
you have responsibility.
Yeah, but I feel, at least seeing from an outside lens and also seeing like from the lens of my mother and father, like yes, I did comment that they worked hard, but at the same time it's like
they have this leisure time.
Yeah.
Other than
from other colleagues who
Yes. So at least like I've had to work sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays also. Now, for a lot of people who are say in the police force and all, it might seem normal to them to work on Saturdays and Sundays. But when I say Saturdays and Sundays in a corporate sense, it means starting at 8:30 in the morning and closing the laptop at around 11ish at night. Right.
whole day, like
Whole day. Full day. And then even on weekdays and all right now, it's I think I do almost 11 to 14 hours I have to put up in work. Good days it's less, it's around like 8 hours. As average from my life in corporate and in Deloitte so far, it's been around 10 to 11 average, say, Monday to Friday, I would say. So that is a bit hard to.
Those who can't commit to, they tend to leave corporate and then
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people also who have done corporate, and then because of the loan they have had to work, but as soon as they repaid off the loan, they have joined being as good professors and all in institutes and all in Sikkim and all of these areas. So your options are at least if you want to get away from the stress life. And I think that's the biggest.
Not everyone is built that
Yeah,
way.
and that's the biggest strength. One of the biggest strengths I think of a corporate also. Let's say if you're not liking it, if you're not coping up to it, you don't have to stick to it. Yeah, you're getting what I'm saying. You still have the time and the area to diversify and then grow. त्यो चाहिँ छ अरू त के भन्नु भातको लागि काम गर्नै पर्छ.
So coming to an end of our session, अन्त साथीलाई धेरै धन्यवाद आइदिएकोमा त्यति all the way from Delhi once again. And then we had a very good session आज होइन regarding MBA, its insights, कस्तो के हो. And then we'll be back again with another video where we'll have a guest from different background. Like त्यो चाहिँ अब we'll have many other, like I cannot say your background किनकि अरू सबै backgroundबाट आउँछ. I'm also planning to have guests from sports background, someone good who have done good in from our community in sports, footballer or badminton player or anything. त्यो तिनीहरूलाई बोलाएर चाहिँ how did they get into in this level, how did they prepare, किनकि just like someone who want to be a government employee or do an MBA, also someone who wants to be a footballer. So like this is going to be for all other audiences, all kind of audiences. To laugh no it's such a we'll try to get as much people from different backgrounds as possible so that we can like give proper knowledge or like career guidance to all sorts of youth this coming generation. Did you? Thank you.
So we have come to end of our session है. भिडियो यतिखेरसम्म तपाईँले हेर्नुभयो भने त अभियसली रमाइलो भयो होला है. थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर ट्युनिङ इन विथ अस है. अनि इफ यु हेभ एनी क्वेसन्स कमेन्ट डाउन बिलो है. अनि तपाईँलाई अगर बेसी नै केही अरू क्वेसन्स एन्सर जानु छ भने चाहिँ यु क्यान इमेल अस or you can message us on Instagram. हाम्रो डिटेल्स डल्लै तल डिस्क्रिप्सन दिइरहेको हुन्छ. And we'll be back again with another interesting रमाइलो भिडियो है तपाईँहरूको लागि. मन पराउनु भयो भने सेयर गरिदिनुहोस्, लाइक गरिदिनुहोस् अनि सब्सक्राइब गरिदिनुहोस्. फेरि भेटौँ. थ्याङ्क यू सो मच. धन्यवाद.